All right. Welcome back to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Just kind of reflect on what we talked about during the show. We had our WWE SmackDown preview, Eric's Thursday Night Wrestling review, where we talked about Ring of Honor, TNA Impact. And then we moved on to Eric's top 10 iconic WWE finishers. Then we recently talked about TNA, the downfall of that, what happened, and all, kind of a sad story, but, I love TNA. I loved it when it first, kind of got its legs. But now we're going to move on to our final segment. We're going to talk about our wrestling news roundup. Rapidly running out of time. Like once again, I apologize for kind of starting a little late, guys. It's a little hard. You kind of had some technical difficulties. I don't know why technology hates me. I'm a not a generation. I think I qualify as Generation X, or maybe I want to qualify as Generation X for the DX thing. But me and technology sometimes we fight. Sometimes it's not too it's not too easy. It's not that too easy. So all right, kind of moving on to our first news segment. We have Vince McMahon is not allowed in WWE headquarters. And after all the allegations, and stuff like that, like it seems kind of fitting. I wouldn't understand why TKO would kind of want to leave their name synonymous with the McMahon, especially after all that happened. And I've talked about this in a podcast before. Something that you got to love about Vince McMahon was his love for wrestling, his love for the WWF, the WWE moving forward. WrestleMania 1 was kind of a coin toss. He got all the greatest wrestlers from all over the world. He got some of pop culture icons. He also had Muhammad Ali be the referee for the main event. So it's Vince. He does have a lot of bats. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to condone any action or any statement or whatever. I'm not here for that. But you got to kind of have to give flowers to when it's due. And without Vince McMahon, during his early years, I feel like WWE wouldn't really have become the giant it is right now. He kind of helped, he was the driving force behind, WWE during the Monday Night Wars and during the birth of the Attitude Era. So, obviously you kind of saw him go a little bit downhill. But honestly, I don't understand why you sold your TKO stock for billions of dollars, bro. Why don't you just call it a day? Why don't you just call it a day? Hang out with the grandkids. Just call it, like, if I had billions of dollars, I'd be like, dude, I am not stepping out of this house. Like, I'm gonna, lay on a hammock, have a six pack, some brews, and hang out that way. But Vince McMahon, I wouldn't understand why he would want to even go, try to go back to WWE at this point. But hey, I'm not in his mind. Next, we had Chad Gable. Chad Gable, WWE made a pretty generous offer to Chad Gable, but it's still kind of on the fence right now. Key people in AEW is pushing really hard for shush. I like that. If I see Chad Gable in AEW, I think he fits there really, really well. You've kind of had him fight in and out. I feel like to butter up Chad Gable, you could possibly have him beat Sami Zayn at Clash at the Castle for the Intercontinental Championship. Obviously, he's in the match right now. His contract expired today, I believe. Yeah, no, it expired today. So, there's going to be a lot of talks. Wouldn't surprise me if, throughout, I don't even know if he's going to be featured on Monday Night Raw if he doesn't get this deal signed, which is kind of crazy. And also, I don't know if they're going to have promos tonight on WWE SmackDown with Chad Gable in it, because they don't know. They don't know where he's going, where his head's at. Obviously, they're throwing the Intercontinental Championship, and they also give him a pretty generous contract offer. So yeah. Next, we have Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, like I've mentioned before in this podcast, his character is not being developed well enough, I believe. And the sources say, and I'm not trying to rub it in your face, I'm not trying to be like, I told you so. Braun Breaker's creative plans in WWE are now changing. And that's no surprise. That's something that should have been done from the get-go, dude. Like, you have this guy wanting to kind of propel his career in squash matches. Like, dude, what? This guy's an actual dude. This guy's a huge wrestler. This guy could be like Roman Reigns status. But a lot of people be like, "Oh, you can't be Roman Reigns status. You can be Bobby Lashley though." Yeah, sure, they'll kick down Bobby Lashley, but they won't kick down, the pride and joy of WWE, the guy Roman Reigns. So honestly, love this for Braun Breaker. Definitely think he deserves a second chance on his kind of roster development. So eagerly to find out what happens on Monday Night Raw. All right, and number 4, we have WWE plans for Jey Uso revealed from WWE. So he recently, kind of inserted himself into the Money in the Bank ladder match. Make a lot of sense for Jey Uso to win this. He's done really, really well in tag team division title, success. He needs a singles, competitor. He needs a singles match. He needs a singles match. Be so cool, like I said before, if he defeats Cody Rhodes at potentially maybe like WrestleMania or something like that. That would be so cool. Oh my God. A lot of people kind of do have Finn Balor kind of speculated to cash in his Money in the Bank on Damian Priest because honestly, I feel like at this point you can't really make it really like any assumptions because of that rematch you have with Gunther and Randy Orton happening at Clash of the Castle. The winner gets the #1 contendership and the King of the Ring crown, rightfully so. Randy Orton's left shoulder was not down during Gunther's pin to seal that victory at WWE King and Queen of the Ring in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. So, it's going to be interesting to kind of see this moving forward. It's either it's either Jay, or I feel like it's either Finn Balor at this point. And we have another new segment, Tony Khan. We have Warner Brothers Discovery's reactions toward recent AEW's ratings. I feel like AEW, Dynamite, and Collision are kind of diving a little bit, but I feel like after AEW's Double or Nothing, AEW Dynamite has been doing really, really well in terms of their, as their increase, in terms of their, just kind of their TV revenue and stuff like that. It might not be projected on the screen. You might see a little bit of like empty spots in the bleachers and stuff like that. But they're streaming partners. Of course, with HBO Max, they're going to do, they're going to do AEW series and stuff like that. But Warner Brothers Discovery is actually still impressed by AEW and still loves the way that AEW is handling Dynamite. So that's cool. That's cool. I like that for Tony Khan. I like that 1,010% for the wrestling world. HBO is now going to have an unlimited library in professional wrestling, AEW, Ring of Honor, and New Japan Professional Wrestling. So something that WWE should keep their eye on is you cannot let TNA at this point go to Tony Khan, which probably kind of forced their hand to kind of go for a crossover kind of thing. And finally, our last story of tonight, and I will let you go. I know it's 9:15. I apologize. So Adam Copeland underwent tibia surgery where it was fractured. He's going to be out for a number of months. I project he probably will be back at All In. He's 50 years old, man. Love Adam Copeland. Love Edge. He's an animal. He's definitely an animal. Just looking at this picture right now, this guy's gonna, he's gonna do some crazy things. When he comes back, you can expect him to, definitely pay dividends in, any title picture. It'd be kind of crazy to see maybe him jump toward an AEW World Heavyweight title championship match. So, and that'd be absolutely pretty cool. But I would love that for, Adam Copeland. I keep wanting to say Adam Cole. I don't know. I do not know why. Probably because, Adam Cole, Adam Copeland, kind of the same stuff here. But yeah, sorry guys for going over once again. Apologize going for a little, kind of overtime here. Overtime. Thank you for tuning into the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Really does mean a lot to us. So remember that the GSMC Sports Podcasting Network does love peace, love, and positivity. Leave a positive review. We love positive reviews. And it really does make a difference, guys. We also, urge you guys and we invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter /X, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. Like I always say at every show, if I'm a major wrestling fan by now, we have football with Manny and Kenneth. We also have the Andrew Tate Show. We also have Hoops and Heels with Samantha, your one-stop shop for women's sports, everything the Olympics, the WNBA, the women's MMA. We also have the basketball podcast with Nelson, absolutely killing it. We have Christopher on GSMC Fantasy Sports, and we also have Jeremy and TJ on GSMC Sports Network, where they talk about all sports. all sports, hockey, football, baseball. My man Sam also on baseball. So make sure to be a part of this GSMC Sports bloodline of, podcasting. And, we share the same, strive, and we share the same love that you guys have. Sports. So, it's absolutely free, 110% for free. You don't have to subscribe to nothing. Of course, subscribe to the channel, but it doesn't cost anything. We're not ESPN or Fox Sports, so don't be too shy to do it. Once again, thank you for tuning into my show. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Can't wait to see you guys on a beautiful Monday. So, hey, have an amazing night.